Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Mehvesh Chaudhry and I'm bringing you the next video in our Umrah prep series. Inshallah, what we'll be covering in this video is lots of tips and advice from people that have been to Hajj or Umrah and myself to help you practically prepare for Umrah or Hajj. So tip number one is from a teacher. When I was going for Hajj, she said, if you're not doing it now, you won't be able to do it then. So, for example, if you're not making dua before your salah or any sujood now, there's no way you're going to be able to stand on the day of Arafah and make this long, passionate dua. So basically her advice was, whatever you want to do it on a small level now so that you can do it then. From a sister who recently came back from Umrah, she mentioned that, subhanAllah, everybody goes to Umrah or Hajj and they give Allah SWT His rights and they worship Him like they've never worshipped Him before. But when it comes to the rights of people, everybody tends to forget, and they tend to forget to be soft-hearted and nice towards people and smile and whether it be fellow pilgrims or the locals or workers or people that you're buying from, whatever it is, make sure that you're giving people their rights. When we went for Hajj, we were told to turn to the person next to us and list all the things that we were grateful for. Eventually, I started running out of things to be grateful for, and it really disturbed me. So when I asked our sheikh, why is this? He mentioned it's because your shukr muscles are weak, and it's because you're not used to giving thanks. And that's why when it comes to actually actively doing it, you're not able to do it. So make sure that you're always giving thanks. And my advice is that the more thanks you give, the more patience you'll have, and the more beauty you'll see in every step of the way in this journey, inshallah. So everyone is aware of the fact that salah in both Mecca and Medina is multiplied. In Mecca, in the Haram, it's 100,000 times more than anywhere else in the world, and in Medina, in the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's mosque, it's 1,000 times more. So you want to make sure that you're making the most of that reward and that you're making it to every single salah. And if you stray too far away, then you may not be able to make it back. So make sure that if you do want to leave the Haram, that you're going at a time when there's a lot of time to get back before the next salah comes in. So if time permits, one of the things that you can do while you're there is Etiquette, which means secluding yourself in the mosque, whichever one, in Mecca or Medina, for 2 nights, 3 days, 1 night, 2 days, whatever it is. You can take turns with a family member and say, these 2 days I've got it, the next 2 days you get it, and we'll take care of each other's food. And this way you don't have to leave, you don't have to go anywhere, you're doing nothing but ibadah, and you're sleeping right where you are, you're doing tawaf, you're doing everything that you want to do. And this is, if you've ever done Etiquette in Ramadan or whatever it is in your local mosque, you realize that this is a time where you're not worried about anything else, and it really shows your true colors. So really take advantage of it while you can, and inshallah you'll benefit. Make sure you know the etiquettes of Zamzam water. So before drinking Zamzam, anytime you drink Zamzam water, it's one of the heightened times of dua being accepted. So you want to make sure that you're just not, taking advantage of the fact that it's readily available and drinking it whenever you want. Really take in the etiquettes and make sure that you're making dua. And the etiquette of Zamzam is to make dua before you drink it. So make sure every time before you drink it, you're making lots and lots of dua, and as well keep your duas. Another advice I've got is when you're there, you're going to have a lot of time to yourself for self-reflection. And if you know what a vision board is, I would advise that you work on one. So look at the next 6 months or 1 year of your life and think about what you want to accomplish and where you want to go in all different aspects of your life. And take the time to reflect and think and write it all down and kind of have it for yourself, so that when you get back, you know what you're working towards, inshallah. So the next advice I have is something that we learned at Visionaire, which is basically you're going to create 6 dream duas, which in a nutshell are, through your vision board, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, you take it and you channel it into dua. So you're doing your part and you're making lots of dua for it. And the formula is basically you have to make these duas once every every day for the next like 6 months, 7 months, whatever it is. So you have to make them every single day. And obviously this is going to be 6 dream du'as that you're creating while you're at the haram, you know, while you're making your vision board, whatever it is, so that when you get back, you're continuing in this dua process, inshallah. You'll have lots of opportunities of accepted dua being in Mecca and Medina, and so you really want to take advantage of that. And aside from your dua list, which you're working on with Sheikh Muhammad al-Sharif and through his videos, I would suggest having two top duas that whenever you're in sujood, whenever the adhan goes off, whenever the, you know, it rains or whatever it is, after you're done reading Quran, all those times that dua is accepted, that you raise your hands and you make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya Allah, please give me this. Ya Allah, please give me this. And they're the same two du'as, so you keep asking for this over and over and over again. Okay, so I remember when we went for Umrah, we went for 3 days in Mecca and 3 days in Medina, and I remember at the end of it my feet were killing me, especially at Mecca. Maybe like all the tawaf and standing and stuff like that, whatever it was, my feet were done. And when we went for Hajj, I had actually invested in these guys. They're called toe shoes, and basically they're super, they're kind of like you're walking barefoot, but they're awesome. And alhamdulillah, during Hajj my feet didn't hurt at all. Maybe it's a sign I didn't do enough, but for the most part they didn't hurt. For the most part you are barefoot, which is really nice. And then when you do have to walk, you're walking in these guys. And when you buy them, they're you can buy them from anywhere. They come with instructions. They'll let you know that you do have to break into them and stuff like that, so you do have to start beforehand, but they are awesome shoes. So my last advice is, if you're going with family, use this time wisely and really cherish your time with them and use it to mentalize, because Umrah and Hajj, it'll generally do that, where you're able to get really close to your family. So use this time to really, you know, treat each other well, take care of one another, and bridge those gaps wherever they might be. And so alhamdulillah, this is, you know, this is all the advice I have for you guys. If you guys have been for Hajj or Umrah and you have advice, please share it. We've got YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, as well as the blog. And as always, keep me in your du'as. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.